Hello, I'm Michael Rosen and I write poems and sometimes I write stories and sometimes I write the words that go into picture books. And today I'm going to read a poem. It's called Newcomers. My father came to England from another country. My father's mother came to England from another country. But my father's father stayed behind. So my dad had no dad here, and I never saw him at all. One day in spring, some things arrived. A few old papers, a few old photos, and oh yes, a hulky, bulky, thick-checked jacket that belonged to the man I would have called Grandad, the man who stayed behind. But I kept that jacket, and I wore it, and I wore it, and I wore it, till it wore right through at the back. So that's a poem that is true. I wanted to write that poem because my dad often told stories about the father that he never saw. And it was always a mystery to me when I was a child. It was always a mystery and something sad. I could see that my dad was sad about it, and I wanted to get to the truth of that. But I also wanted to get to the fact that I so loved that jacket, because when it turned up and I put it on, it felt kind of special. So that's how I've tried to express it with, and I wore it and I wore it and I wore it. I wanted to say it was special. Now, you could write a poem like that quite easily, I think. If you talk to your mum or your dad or your grandparents or anybody in your family and you listen to what they say and you think about it and you listen to what you feel, and you can get to a truth. And you can use words like sad and happy, or you can tell the truth sometimes by repeating things. You see, I think I'm trying to tell a truth, how much that jacket meant to me, by repeating, and I wore it and I wore it and I wore it. So sometimes in poems you don't have to say everything. So the reader, or the person listening, can get the truth by the way you've said it. And in this one, it is through that repetition. And a mystery, the man who stayed behind, the man who was sort of left over there. So you could do something like that.